Well, good morning, everybody. I'm Ken, and you're watching Ken's Cuts. Thanks for stopping by. It's Easter weekend 2024. Don't have very much going on in the Woodyard today. I did have a request from one of my original OG wood smoking customers who reached out to me last year after he saw my Facebook Marketplace ad for smoking wood. He was inquiring about oak chunks. And that was the beginning of about 6 or 8 different guys coming to me for wood chunks. So I'm setting up for a pickup for him. He's looking for white oak. So let me get this set up and we'll be back in just a minute. Stick around. So what I've got going on here, this is a pile of white oak that's holding bark. Some of what's underneath, there is some on the top that is still holding bark. What I do is when I finish, I write on a chunk of wood the date, and in this case it was white oak from August of 23. So some of these larger pieces will probably need a little bit of time, but behind it is a pile of white oak, and this stuff here is all barkless, and this was split December of 22, and this is the kind of stuff that Marc is after. He's asked for a crate of white oak chunks. He does backyard barbecuing, actually does it as a side hustle for people. He's got multiple Weber kettles. He uses them like an offset, and what he does is drops chunks of my oak and an apple. In this case, he wants the white oak. He lays chunks in the bottom of the kettle, starts his charcoal, and then does what they call a minion method, where they put the hot coals on top of the wood. And as Marc tells me, the wood smokes for days because it just smolders. They're not using the wood chunks for heat. And you know, every 45 minutes or an hour, he checks it. And if he needs another chunk or he needs some more charcoal, he just, you know, lays some more in the kettle. And from what I understand, he sometimes has 3 or more kettles going at a time on his patio if he's doing a catering order. But anyway, what I set up here for him is a crate of white oak chunks. I originally was selling chunks in cardboard boxes, and then I've graduated to these crates. And in this case, for Marc, he's going to be picking up this crate of white oak chunks. They're tiny, they're little pieces, and this is what he's after. As you can see in my hand, you know, they're cut to, let me zoom back out here. They're cut to 4 inches. I do this on a chop saw, and they're ready to go. Very tiny cross section, inch and a half across. My original chunks for him were a little bit bigger, and he asked if I could do them a little bit smaller this time. So that's what we've got going on. This crate literally will last him till probably June or July, literally, because he only uses a very little bit of it when he does cooks. But anyway, that's what we got going on. It's the best $20 he'll ever spend. And I thought while I'm out here today, I'll do a quick inventory of the Woodyard and show everybody what I got going on. So here in these crates, I've got about 6 of them. Is all barkless pin oak. It's been sitting there since last summer. It's ready to go. And on top of it, I've got 4 chunks, 4 crates, I should say, of cherry chunks that were cut November 23 that somebody could use in a solo stove or a fire pit. It's like 5 months, another month or 2, it'll be ready to go. Underneath the tarp over here is more crates of cherry chunks and splits. We've got chunks under there. Got some cherry pieces that I didn't get to last weekend in the last video. That's what's going on over here. This is the cherry that I split last weekend for Arthur. I've got 8 crates of chunks or splits, mini splits. These are 8-inch for Arthur, for his custom smoker that he built. There's some year-old cherry back here that's holding bark. If somebody wants it barkless for a smoker, that's what I can take it from. Then over here we've got a half cord of cherry that was cut last summer. It'll be ready to go. Actually was cut in the fall. Next to it, we've got a mountain of beech over here. That's a generous half cord. It's all beech nut. It was cut in the fall. That'll be ready very soon. There's some hard Norway maple that's holding bark, as you can see. Norway is not good for smoking. It is a hard maple. It's very great for heat. This is the oak I was talking about earlier that I took Marc's stuff from back here. Another face cord of Norway maple back here. Actually, there's more than that. There's a face cord and a half. There's another small stack behind it. I don't know if you can see it. And then behind all of this is my prized apple wood. There's a pile back here of apple. I can zoom in. That's all apple that's been there since last year. It's ready to go. I keep it kind of hidden because it's prized. Anyway, there's a barrel of some Norway maple chunks. There's a full cord here of Norway maple. Another face cord or so right here of Norway maple. Another half cord behind it, Norway maple. Between the pallets there, between the posts. And then back here is all oak. That's all pin oak back there. We've got beech nut here in the foreground. From this garbage can over is all about 2 cords, and it's already spoken for. I have a gentleman buys 2 cord from me every year. So back here, between those pallets, that's a full cord of oak. There's more oak up front here. Red oak, pin oak. This stuff is beautiful. There's 2 cord here. It's all spoken for. I've got some extra pallets. You always need those. When you're a woodhound, you always need pallets. So that's what's going on here. Got a couple barrels of cherry chunks that when I cut them, I was short on crates. So I just threw them in these barrels, and I've got drainage holes in the bottom. Otherwise, they would fill up with water, and we don't need that. And then over here, this is all smoking inventory under here. There's mulberry chunks under here. It's all mulberry that has a beautiful smoke profile, very similar to apple. There's more mulberry under here. It's all, chunky pieces that somebody could use in a smoker. And then over here is all smooth bark hickory. This stuff's all ready to go, barkless. And some cherry scraps from last weekend. Those will go in the burn pit, burn barrel, or fire pit, whatever. So that's what we got going on. And then my infamous box store Huskee. There's some stickers on here that I think you guys will recognize. These are a couple of my first original woodhound friends. JPF, outside with Shibe, and Mr. McGurk at Firewood at the Furnace. I've got a tiny oil leak, so I'm going to have to clean all this up. I've got a ton of stickers that I'm not sure what I'm going to do with. I may start putting those on the freezer in the garage like other guys are doing. So that's what we got going on. So it's Easter weekend, everybody. Enjoy your time with friends and family. And if you like this kind of stuff, please like and subscribe. Drop a comment down below. Let us know what you're doing for the weekend. And until next Sunday, have a good one. We'll see you in a week. Take care, everybody.